Hey guys, I'm Mel. Welcome back to our channel. So today I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about some of the products that I switch up for my winter beauty routine. This includes hair, there's some makeup, there's some skincare products. So we're just going to sit down and kind of chat about how I switch up my beauty routine. I actually got inspiration for this video from Elena Davidson. She is a YouTuber here. She's from Canada. And last week she filmed, I think it was last week, she filmed a video kind of about switching up her beauty routine and what products she incorporates. And I was like, wow, that's such an interesting idea for a video. I had never really thought about that before, but it's so true. Like, my routine is so different in the winter versus the summer or the fall or the spring. Like, every season I feel like I really switch it up. So I thought that I would kind of piggyback off her idea and film this video for you guys. If you are interested in her video, I will leave it linked in the description box so you can go check out where I got inspiration from. And her video was really cool. I really enjoyed some of the products she mentioned, and I actually went out and bought a few, so I'm definitely going to try those products out. But yeah, so if you want to know how I switch up my winter beauty routine, just keep watching. Okay, so first up we're going to talk about hair care. There's only one hair care product in here that I really switch up. I don't like to use too much product on my hair. I really just like using heat protectant and kind of anything to help with the dryness and the frizziness. I do color treat my hair, obviously, so I'm always trying to find ways to protect it. Now during the winter my hair does get really dry. Everything gets dry. That cold air just really takes life out of everything. So I normally use a light oil in my hair for the rest of the year, but in the winter I like something a little bit thicker, and this is the Moroccan oil treatment. I have a little sample size of it right now. I have to go out and buy another big size. So this product has a really thick consistency. The oil I use for the rest of the year is the Living Proof oil, the nourishing oil, and that's a little bit lighter, but I feel like for winter when my hair is especially dry, I need something a little thicker to protect and, you know, mend, but also hydrate and really bring life back to my hair, especially the bottom parts right here. So I really love this oil. I love the way it smells. It's like my favorite part about the product. My hairdresser actually uses the entire Moroccan oil line on my hair when I go get my hair done. So I'm always saying to myself like, oh, I need to buy more products, but I always just stick to the oil. So I really love this product. I've been using this for so long, probably since high school, because like I said, my hairdresser does use this on my hair and my hair always looks amazing when I go. So I've always used this product, but I've been finding more and more because my hair is so my hair is kind of thin, but it does get frizzy and I have a lot of it. So while it looks like I have thick hair, the texture of the actual individual strands is pretty thin. So, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I dye it, like you're stripping your hair, so, you know. But, so I find sometimes that I can't always use this product because it is so thick. But because my hair is so dry in the winter, the thickness actually helps a lot more. So I love this product. I can't say enough good things about it. Sephora actually just had, well, our store currently has these little 100-point samples, which is how I got this. I was like, oh, I need to go buy the big one again. Like, I need to repurchase it. And then they had this, and I was like, well, I'll just wait and buy other things. But I totally should have bought it during the 20% off. I don't know what I was thinking. So, but anyway, we're gonna move on. So that's really the only hair care that's kind of different. I'm always using like different shampoos and stuff, so that stuff's never really consistent, but you know. We're gonna move on to skincare now, and my skin in the winter gets so dry. I have combination skin pretty much throughout the rest of the year, but in the winter my skin is so dry. So I really have to switch up the products that I use and make sure that I'm really hydrating my skin and nourishing it and get it, you know, not feel like the desert. So, I have 3 skincare products in here, and the first 2 products are actually from the same line. And this is the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Face Serum, and then this is the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream. So, apparently how these products work, that it says on the cream, it says, with time release hydro patches, moisturizes and nourishes. So I guess that means that it kind of nourishes and moisturizes over time, which is really nice. I actually never read that before. But I went into Sephora last winter and I was having such problems with my skin. No matter what I did, it was so dry, and no matter what foundation I used, it looked cakey and it was just clinging in all these places. And I was like, I need help. Like, please help me. So one of my favorite workers at our Sephora store, he is amazing. He really focuses on skincare, so he's really knowledgeable. He actually recommended this line to me, and so it really made a difference last winter. The serum says that with angelic leaf, I think that's how you say that, leaf extract, it retains moisture. So these products are really about moisturizing your skin like at first application and then prolonging the moisture throughout the day, which I found really worked for my skin. The more consistently that I used this, the better my skin was getting. And I tried other hydrating creams before, but I think it was really the combination of the serum and the cream that really helped my skin out and really helped moisturize it. So I love these products. I can't wait to pull them back out for the winter. I already started using them. What I also really like about these is what sold me on this. Brendan, my Sephora man, told me that these are really great for during the day application. So makeup sits really, really wonderful on top of these. I find myself not even really needing a primer after I use these products because it just really smooths out. I don't know what it does, but it just leaves the skin feeling really soft and smooth and moisturized, and it's the perfect base for makeup. So when I use these products, I don't use a primer. I know, crazy. I feel like nowadays, like, everyone uses primer. I remember, like, a few years ago, I didn't even know what primer was. Like, in high school and stuff, like, I never used primer. Even throughout college, I don't know that I used, like, real primer. And if I did, it was always, like, pore filling or stuff like that. So I didn't know that, like, hydrating primers and stuff like that existed. But with this stuff, you definitely don't need a primer. I love it. If you have dry skin or dehydrated skin, definitely go check it out because I think these products will really help. So another thing I love to do when my skin gets really dry and it needs to be nourished during the winter is use a mask. And my favorite one is actually the, what is this, First Aid Beauty 5-in-1 Bouncy Mask. So this is what it looks like. So the reason they call it the 5-in-1 mask is because it actually is supposed to do 5 things. So it's supposed to nourish, calm, firm, plump, and refine. And the reason I love using this mask is really for the first 2 things, the nourish and calm. My skin does have a little bit of sensitivity. Like, there are some products that have fragrance in them that my skin is very sensitive to, but then there are other products that have fragrance in them that it's not. So it's more like it's very picky about the products that it wants me to use on it. So that's why I really love this mask, because it does say that it helps calm. And because I'm always trying new things, skincare, makeup, whatever it may be, I feel like sometimes I need to take a break and really help calm and nourish my skin. But this is really great during the winter, again, because it has those nourishing properties. So I feel like it helps hydrate a little bit, and after like a long day, there is nothing better than a nice mask. It's like this gel-like consistency. I don't know if you can see it. It smells like melon, like that cucumbery melon smell. And when you put it on your skin, it's like super cooling and just, it feels amazing. So I really, really love this mask. I've been looking for more hydrating masks recently. I really want to find like a good hydrating one, because while this does hydrate a little bit, it really does just nourish and calm. So I want something that's just hydration. So if you guys have any recommendations, I said that word weird. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and what products you think would be good. But alright, we're going to move on to makeup. So I have makeup stuff, and then I do have a perfume, which I did forget to go grab. So I'm going to go grab that, and then we will come back and talk about makeup. Okay, so we're moving on to makeup. The first thing we're going to talk about is primer, which is funny because I just got done talking about how I don't always use primer. But sometimes you do need to use primer. I need to use primer, especially when I'm using like a heavy foundation. That's when I find myself kind of reaching for my primers, which isn't always, because I hardly ever use like full coverage foundation. I'm more of like a light coverage person, but you know, sometimes you need some full coverage. So during the winter, I definitely try to use something that's hydrating, and I'm always kind of mixing it up. I've never really stuck true to one primer because it's one of those products for me that I never really see a big difference. So I'm always like, alright, it's just not working for me. Do I need to try something else? But anyway, the one hydrating primer that I do really love is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. This is what it looks like. I'm sure you guys have all seen it before. It smells amazingly like coconuts. It's really good at just moisturizing your skin. Like, that's really all it does. It doesn't make your makeup last. Your makeup does sit really nice on top of it, and it does look really beautiful. But other than really moisturizing your skin, it doesn't really do anything else. So if you're someone who likes like a multitasking primer, this probably wouldn't be the product for you. But if you're someone who just needs hydration or moisture, I would definitely check this out. It's one of my favorites for moisturizing the skin. I love using this product. I think when did I just mention this? I don't even know. This is another thing that I learned from Elena. I never know how to say her name. I actually mix this primer with like a liquid highlighter, and then that'll just put like a nice glow to the skin while moisturizing. So that's another tip for you guys. But I love this primer. I think if you are looking for something that is just going to help hydrate the skin and really prep it for like heavy, full coverage, dry foundations, I would definitely check this out. If you're looking for something that's going to make your makeup last all day, this may not be the product for you, but there are a ton of other primers out in the market, so I'm sure you can find one that is perfect for your skin. So next up is foundation, and my foundation routine doesn't really change. I use pretty much the same foundations that I use in summer. I live and swear by my Givenchy balm. I love it. It's amazing. It's like just the right amount of product for my skin. And I've been using the Clinique Even Better Glow. I love like light foundations. But I know during winter, especially during this time with the holidays, and then you have New Year's and all this crazy stuff going on, and you probably go out with friends, you're going to want something a little bit more like high coverage and more like glam. So my favorite foundation for my dry skin that is full coverage is actually the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, and I have two colors here. When that whole stick foundation fad was going on last year, I was really concerned because my skin is so dry during the winter that stick foundations to me always just seemed like they were going to be too drying on my skin. And then for some reason, because I love Hourglass and no matter what kinds of products they put out, I will buy them, I bought this on a whim and was like, I'm going to try it. You know what? Who cares if I have dry skin? I'm going to try it. So I bought it, and I first bought Porcelain because last winter I got so pale, like so pale. It was scary. So I bought Porcelain thinking that it was going to be a good shade for me. And it is. When I'm at my palest, this is a perfect shade. And then a few months later, in like spring and stuff, after I'd already fallen in love with it, I went out and bought Nude. So these two are like basically my skin tone in a range. So this is me at like my darkest naturally, like without tanning and all that. And then Porcelain is like the lightest shade that I could ever possibly be, like at the peak of winter. That is when I am the lightest. So between these two, I can pretty much mix my perfect shade any time of the year. I love this foundation, especially if you have dry skin, because it has a super like creamy texture, which I was not expecting. So it just like blends in really nicely, and it doesn't cling to any patches. It doesn't cake up around my nose or get like dry around my nose, which that is the hardest place to put foundation on me. Like, I don't know what it is about my nose. It's just foundation doesn't stay there. And then I'd been sick. I have been sick. I'm always sick. And when you blow your nose, your skin gets dry, and foundation never looks good around my nose. Not full coverage foundation. But this stick actually really works well for my dry, weird skin type I got going on in the winter. I really love it. They have an amazing color range. There are so many colors. That's why it was so hard to pick just one, because, you know, your skin is always changing. I feel like foundation is one of the hardest things for me because when I'm outside and stuff, I do get really good color in the summer, and then in the winter it fades like that. So it's always changing. Like my skin tone, or not my skin tone, but my skin color is always changing. So I loved that they had a great range and that I could find two colors that were going to work for me at both ends of the spectrum, and now I can kind of like mix my own perfect shade within the line. Because I know a lot of people like will mix different foundations together, and I feel like sometimes that doesn't always work the best, at least for me, because then you're mixing formulas and you never know what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm rambling. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So they have a great shade range. The texture is creamy. If you have dry skin and you want to try a stick foundation, I would definitely check this one out. I definitely recommend this one. I know it is a little bit pricey, but I've actually never tested how much product you get in here. I'm a little scared, but we're going to try it out. But I've had this for almost a year probably, and I use it a lot, and okay, so that's how much product you get in there. But that's already after I've used it for almost a year, so that's pretty good. You don't need a lot. I mean, I'll put like 2.5 stripes on each cheek, one in the forehead and then one down the center of my face, and I'm pretty much good to go. Which I know sounds like a lot, but with a stick foundation, it really isn't. So I definitely think this is a great option for like a full coverage foundation for winter that's not going to dry your skin out or enhance your texture or dryness or anything. So I really love this foundation. I love Hourglass. They have so many good products. I just want the entire line. If anybody can make that happen, please let me know, because that would be great. So we're going to talk about concealer now, and I have two here actually that I like to use. One is a little bit more full coverage, and one is a little bit more like hydrating-y kind of. So the first one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and during the summer, spring, fall, I love using the, what is it called? Soft Matte, the one in the little pot. I love that concealer. It's like my favorite concealer. But during the winter, I do need something that is a little bit more, not hydrating, but not as matte as the one in the pot, the Soft Matte. So I pull out my Radiant Creamy. This is in the shade Creme Brulee, which I normally use custard, but I wanted to try one with like a more pinky undertone for underneath my eyes. And the color works for me. It's okay, but I think after I finish this one, I'm definitely going to go back to custard. It just works better with my skin. So, but I love this But I love this concealer, and I just heard a rumor that they're coming out with more shades. Is that actually happening? Someone let me know in the comments, because that would be amazing. I think it's great that NARS is going to keep expanding in their shade range. I hope they do it in the soft matte one too. Anyway, but I love this concealer. It's definitely good if you have dry skin. I know this was like a concealer for a while that everybody loved, and then I feel like other things kind of took over, like the Tarte Shape Tape. But honestly, the Tarte Shape Tape is not my favorite. It creases under me so bad, like I don't know what it is. But so I go back to this during the winter. It's my like all-time favorite. I've been using this product for like years. NARS is another one of my favorite brands, so it always makes an appearance. The next product I'm going to talk about is, I feel like, not very well known, and this is the Givenchy Mr. Light Instant Light Corrective Pen. So this is the concealer that I really like to use under my eyes during the winter. It's very light and creamy and has a really nice consistency, but it's great coverage. It covers your dark circles, and it doesn't crease on me, which is like a big deal. Concealer always creases on me no matter what I do, no matter if I set it. It just doesn't matter. It just creases on me. I don't know what it is. Obviously, if I'm wearing this for like hours and hours, it will eventually crease, but I like that it takes a while to do that, so it is one of my favorites for that reason. But it is a great concealer, especially if you're just concealing under your eyes. A lot of times, like daily, I just use foundation on my face and don't really use a ton of concealer in other places. I don't really spot conceal. I just kind of let it do what it wants. If something's going to peek through, then so be it. Unless it's really bad, then I might cover it, but I usually just use concealer under my eyes, so I always reach for this when that's the case. I love this concealer, so it's amazing. Definitely go check it out. Okay. So the last like makeup-y product that I'm going to talk about is actually a liquid bronzer, and if you follow our blog, you'll know that this is one of my products for my monthly makeup bag. During the winter, I really try to use like liquid and cream products because I feel like just layering powder on my face kind of makes it look drier. It makes my texture stand out so much more. So I love using liquid products. And so the one I'm going to talk to you guys about today is the NARS Liquid Laguna. Can we talk about how amazing this packaging is? I love their packaging. So it's literally just a liquid form of their Laguna bronzer, which is one of my favorite bronzers. I think it has a great undertone. It's perfect for my skin tone, so it's actually like my all-time favorite. So I was really interested in this product when it was released. I bought it right away, and then it sat in my collection for a while, and like I didn't use it at all. And then for my monthly makeup bag, I was like, you know what, I'm going to start using this, and it's the only bronzer that I use on my face now. But I love this product. It blends so nicely in the skin. Like, even when I'm like, oh shit, I used too much, as soon as I blend it out, it looks beautiful and it's like perfect. So it's a really like user-friendly product. I know sometimes liquid products and cream products can be a little scary to use. At least I think that. I think powder products are just so more straightforward. Liquid products are a little harder. But this product is really, really easy to use. I mean, you can't even use too much of it. Every time I squirt some out, I'm like, that's too much, and it's really not. So I love this product. I don't know, I keep like twisting the cap and it's like unscrewing the bottle. It does get a little messy, which I don't like. NARS, fix that, please. But other than that, I love the packaging. I love the product. It's amazing. If you're a fan of the if you're a fan of the powdered Laguna and you like to use liquid products, especially in the winter, I would definitely check this out because it is turned into one of my favorite products ever. So my last product for you guys that I kind of mix up in the winter is my perfume. So during the rest of the year, I guess, I like to use scents that are very fresh and floral and sweet and very light. I don't like heavy scents. But during the winter, I do want something that's a little bit warmer. You know, 'tis the season. So my favorite is the Elizabeth & James, and this is the Black Nirvana. I really love this because, oh, I gotta smell it. It's still, okay, it has like a warmer scent to it, but it's still not overpowering. So while it still is more of a fall winter scent because of that warmness, because of that, not smoky, I don't even know, I'm horrible at describing perfume. It does still have like a little bit of a floral scent, so I feel like it still feels light on the skin and like not like overpowering, like, oh my god, what is she wearing? So that's what I really love about it. I'm not a huge perfume person. Sometimes there are days that I totally even forget to put on perfume. So it's hard for me to find one that I actually love, which is why I always just use samples or I buy roller balls. But this is the first perfume that I actually got a sample of it. I used the entire sample of it, and then I got like one of the mini roller balls, used all of that, and then went out and bought this. So this is the first perfume that I've actually like kept using and really love. So I was really excited to actually find something that I love and that I want to keep using. So this is definitely my favorite. I want to try more of the Nirvana scents because I've heard that they're really good at layering. I love the scent. I think if you're looking for something that's a little bit more wintry, this is definitely perfect. I have smelled, what is the other one that I've smelled? The Rose, I think, and I like that one as well. So I think these are great scents for winter or really any other time of the year. I mean, there's no right or wrong here, like wear this in the summer, whatever. But this is just my favorite perfume for winter. I think the scent is beautiful. It's amazing. I'm going to put in the description box what it smells like because for the life of me, I can't describe scents at all. That's why I don't talk about perfume on our channel, because I wouldn't even know the first thing to say about it. Like, those are all of my winter beauty switch up products. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of seeing what products I incorporate for my routine as my skin changes, as the weather changes. If you guys have any products that you like to add to your makeup routine or beauty routine for winter, let us know that in the comments. I almost said in the description box. Definitely let us know in the comments. We would love to try out the products. You know the drill. But thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as give this video a thumbs up. And I believe our giveaway is still going on. It ends December 1st. I'll leave that in the description box as well. But yeah, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for joining me again, and I will see you in our next video. Bye, guys.